What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon, and today is the day. It is the mecca of toy fairs. It is the WrestleMania of toy fairs here in Melbourne. It is the giant size toy fair. It is one of the events I look forward to the most in the year. They normally do 2 of these a year, and for those who don't know, it's ran by Andrew and Will, who also run the Malvern Vintage and Modern Toy Fair. The Vintage and Modern Toy Fair has a lot of history. It's been around for a long time. They haven't always run it, but they took over, I think it was just before COVID from memory. And then they created the giant size toy fair about 2 years ago, I think, 2023, I believe, which is basically the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair on steroids. It's a huge space. There is so many vendors. If you haven't been, for those who are interstate, I guess, it's something that you really need to experience. I'm running out of titles to call these videos, so I think I'm going to call this video Australia's biggest toy fair. Now, I could be wrong. I live in Melbourne. I've only been to toy fairs in Melbourne. So if there's any interstate viewers who watch my videos and they think there's a bigger toy fair, please let me know, because maybe one day I'll go there and check that out and call that video the biggest toy fair in Australia. But the giant size toy fair is massive. I cannot wait to get there and show you guys. So if you missed out, it's okay. You can experience it through this video. Let's go. Quick shout out to my Siminions. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in exclusive members only videos, extended episodes of The Noob, and exclusive emojis, hit the join button to find out more about channel membership. But remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on videos. How's this for a start to the day? We got there and there was a beautiful rainbow out. I love me a good rainbow. Now, Giant Size Toy Fair brings out all the collectors, and it didn't take long for us to bump into a familiar face. First celebrity I ran into, Dave. What brings you here today?
Toys and comics.
Toys, yeah, because you're not just a comic collector, you collect toys too, right?
Right, yeah. Secret Wars today I'm looking for.
Really? Comic books?
No.
Toys? This guy.
Ooh.
Does that mean we're going to see toys on your channel soon?
Yep.
Because
you've seen some already.
Yeah, all the toys you show, they're always vintage, right, don't you?
No mod.
No mod or vintage. Beautiful. Alright, well that's what we're here for.
See you there.
Make sure you subbed up to Still Only 35 Cents and stay tuned for his video. And I just kept bumping into more people. This is the event, Jim, that brings all the celebrities out.
Oh no, you couldn't. No, that's you. That's you. That's you.
What are you looking for today, mate?
I don't really have anything in particular I'm looking for. I'm just looking for some good bargains, because these things actually slay in the bargains.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
They
do. And especially if you're smart and stay later to the end of the evening, what you do is you can barter, because pretty much the people who are selling don't want to take it back home with them.
True.
So they'll most likely take any offer.
Yeah. It depends what you want, because if you wait to the end of the day, sometimes you're going to miss out.
Exactly. So, yeah, just take it as it comes.
Well, hopefully we see you before you leave today, so we can maybe get an update on what you picked up.
Cool.
Look at this annoying customer.
Hello everybody.
What's going on, mate?
No, nothing much. Waiting in line, cold.
Nice and early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying to Michael before, I was expecting to be right at the front like last time, but he slacked today.
Yeah.
What are you hunting for today?
Star Wars as usual, vintage, Mario 2, Transformers.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, all good stuff, typical stuff.
You gonna be here for long?
Yeah, I'll be here till a while.
Alright, cool. Well, hopefully I'll see you again and we can get an update on what you got.
Yeah.
And hopefully we go for another hunt this year, right?
Yes, definitely.
Wicked. So it was your typical Melbourne day. Pouring rain, rainbows, grey sky, blue sky, a bit of sun. But it didn't matter, because we were all here and excited for the giant size toy fair. And the line was like an Energizer battery. It just kept going and going and going. And this is just the early bird line. So just a heads up, I do bump into a lot of people, so there's quite a few cameos before we even get to the toys. So be patient, we will get there. But I'm just trying to introduce you guys to the big guns of the toy community. And the first people I want to speak to were the owners of the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair and Giant Size Toy Fair, which is Andrew and Will, and just see what they're expecting from today's giant size event. That line out the front, every time, man, it gets bigger and bigger.
Well, the early bird is limited.
Well, it seems like. Well, maybe more people are.
I think they all came on time, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It was
And then you get the
quite
stragglers
the
afterwards.
rush.
Nice. What are you expecting today, mate? What's
There's so many toys out here, which is fantastic. The dealers have excelled in what they've found and brought along.
Have you expanded a bit as far as like the type of things you're gonna? I know, for example, Dolly Box said she's gonna be here, and she does like
Dolly Box is here,
dioramas
yeah, so we've got some
and things like that. That's a little bit
dioramas
different,
here.
yeah.
A bit different. Look, it's all who comes to us when people are booking in for tables.
Yeah.
We're obviously sold out in table space, as we have been every show. So,
Yeah.
you know, we've had a bit of turnover where some people can't make the date, so you get the
Yeah.
opportunity for new sellers. So we've got a number
Yeah.
of new sellers here,
Wicked.
which is great. So there's some stuff you won't have seen at all before.
Nice, awesome. Well, I'll tune in with you at the end of the day, mate.
Fantastic. Have a
Wicked.
great show.
Will, how are you?
Very well. Thanks
So
for coming
I just
along.
spoke to Andrew, and he said,
Yes.
"Are you going to go speak to the vice president as well?"
Oh my God.
I'm joking. I made that
Right,
up.
At least Secretary of State, give us something. Look, we're an equal partnership with
That's
our
right.
silent
I
partner.
know. I
Who
was
talks a lot for a silent partner. So, yeah, don't just whatever he says, don't listen to it.
What
If you want, the puppet master behind the screen.
you're the brains, right?
Yeah, well, let's go with that.
And the looks.
Yeah, the looks. Yeah, I like that too. Hi, Andrew, if you're watching this.
What are you expecting from today, mate?
Just a lot of happy customers, I think. We've, there's quite a few new sellers, and having a quick look around before the doors open, there's a lot of stock that, stuff I'd never seen before, and a big variety. So we're really hoping that everybody finds something for themselves in their collection, and that, they make it through the day. And it's so exciting. I think it's a big crowd.
It
and
is,
with
mate.
your support from YouTube and all your viewers, and so make sure you subscribe, peeps.
That's right. This guy knows how to play YouTube. I
Down
like
here
it.
somewhere, up here somewhere. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I'll check
Thanks,
in
mate.
later, man.
Alright, so we are 7 minutes into this video and I still haven't shown you any toys, so if you haven't clicked off this video yet, then you've earned this. Get ready for the giant size toy fair. We're starting here on Will's table. What I love about Will's table is he's got a bit of everything, modern, vintage, but he's got them loose figures, and you know me, I love me some loose figures. Will also had some vintage UFC on his table. Check that out. Ken Shamrock in the front there. I remember watching all the UFC tapes back in the late 90s. I got into all that. The good old days of mixed martial arts. Oh, there's some Barbies for the dudes. I can so see a DC Barbie in my future, but we'll see. This table belongs to Andrew. You guys should know that he owns the store Pop Toys, which I've done many videos at. So if you haven't been there, you should definitely check it out. And obviously, the vintage and modern toy fair now have merchandise. I actually forgot to buy one of these mugs. I should have bought a mug. I've got way too many mugs, but that's a pretty cool mug. Maybe I should do a video on my mug collection. Who wants to see that? Not me. This table here belongs to Super Toy Hunter Collectibles. They are two legends in the vintage toy community. Everybody knows these guys. They love their vintage stuff. This Street Fighter controller here actually has the game built into the controller. All you need is a TV. You need a TV with RCA though. That's the only catch. I bumped into a friend of mine, Lachlan, who was showing me these cool Predator mystery figures that he picked up. It was only half an hour into the day and he already had a bag full of these Predator things, so he was like, oh no, this wasn't supposed to happen. And I had to get a shot of the Super Toy Hunter Collectible sign, and I learnt a little bit of history about it.
Do you remember many years ago when you first met me?
Yeah.
We did the interview at Days of Future World. You remember that?
Yes,
Yeah?
we do. I know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your daughter was in that video. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, no, she's a good artist. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, wow, okay, that's cool. I'll do a flashback to that video so you can see your daughter when she's small.
So here's a flashback to when I first met Fernando 5 years ago at Days of Future Pop Culture. So he told me that his daughter did his logo. And there's his daughter there. She was a lot smaller back then. You know who else was a lot smaller? Me. So it was cool to see. She's 13 years old now and she's quite the artist. But I do have to find out. I called him George in that video and I need to know why. Because his name's Fernando apparently. Let me know, Fernando, why did I call you George in that first video? There's the Wonder Bread He-Man, the legendary rare He-Man figure. And then this table here had all these sports action figures. And just in case you're not into sports, he would draw you in with this one Star Wars set. My homie from Thrilled Toys was there, representing the anime, but he didn't just have anime, he had some new stuff. At this event he had the Street Fighter figures, look at that. He also had that cool Thundercats figure, I think that might be a Super 7 figure, yep it is. That's pretty damn cool too. But speaking of anime, this shop's always around showing off all their Japanese type collectibles like Sanrio and anime statues and things like that. And then the first sign of comics came from Brian there. He's at all the shows now. He was telling me that his son thinks I'm a YouTube celebrity. I'm really not though, but you know who should be a celebrity? The talented Dolly Box here. She makes these awesome dioramas from scratch. She's super talented and they're super cool. A really unique gift for you or someone you love. This table here belongs to my buddy Jamie from Collectibles. You may have seen the video where I went and visited his pop-up shop and he had all kinds of stuff at his table. But if I had to say there was one thing he specialized in, I'd probably say it was cards. He's got sports cards, Marvel cards. Mad Spider, you watching this? Look at those Marvel cards. You should go visit Jamie and buy them from him. Speaking of cards, you got shiny card traders here. They know that everybody wants a shiny card. A card is always better when it's shiny. And they had this little gacha machine. I guess, do you get random cards from that? I'm guessing that's what it is. I didn't catch the name of this comic store, but they had some big banger books, classic covers, classic keys. They even had an ASM 1, as you can see on the top row there, right in the middle. Oh, and then my alarm went off and it was time to film the 10 a.m. crowd coming through. There's my boy, Sonny Boy, and his homie. Once the 10 a.m. crew roll up, the show starts becoming serious business. It gets pretty damn crowded. Now, if you haven't hit the like button already, guys, now would be a good time to do so. Look at that. I've never done a mid-video plug to hit the like button. I must really be running out of things to say. This table here belongs to the one and only Jay Swish from Jay Swish Collectibles. Look at him. So chill, so calm. Just hanging on his phone there. He's got everything from retro video games to all kinds of trading cards, basketball, Pokemon, Star Wars, you name it. He's got it. And then I came across this table, which was the first sign of VHS tapes. And he had this Alice Cooper videotape there. I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan. Big shout out to Rick and Shirlene from Rick's Collectibles. Now, I got a shot of his card to plug him, but I totally forgot to film their table. So I do apologize, but we'll tune in and talk about Rick's Collectibles a little bit more later on in the video. I think I remember the ads for these Crash Test Dummies toys from back in the day when I was a kid. You got more Pokemon cards here. Pokemon cards are hot property. Kids are like breaking into stores and stealing Pokemon cards. That is crazy. Card shop owners should all buy a pair of these so they can stab them thieves in the face. I wonder if Dave from Stealing the 35 Cents saw these because he's a huge Judge Dredd fan. And of course, you can't have a toy fair without some Lego. In fact, I didn't actually see a lot of Lego representation, to be honest, but that gentleman there had some vintage Lego. Now this table here, this has got the stuff that I like. Look at it. This table here belongs to Mark, and last year, one of my favorite purchases I made from Mark at the last Giant Size Toy Fair. It's got some awesome stuff. Look what Jin picked up. Oh my goodness. I've been eyeing that up for a long time. Classic.
Huge grin.
Big happy, very happy. Shout out to Charlie.
Charlie, Bulldog Comics, thank you very much.
Beautiful. Big congrats to Jin there. Now here's me telling the boys from Gats Collectibles to get out of my shot because I'm trying to plug their sign there. I think it's Steven. I hope it's Steven. He's got some banger books in his collection here. I'm here with the one and only Scotty Crusher. Mate, what brings you to Melbourne?
All of this
Right.
incredible toy fair, the amazing vintage toy and collectible stores you guys have down here. I've said before, the Melbourne collectors are spoiled, and I'm just getting in on the action for a weekend. I love it.
So have you been to the Malvern ones here before?
I've been there once.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple of years ago I went to the Malvern one. Never to the Caulfield one here. Heard amazing things, and it's been incredible, man.
I've been excited because I saw you with Dean.
Yeah,
right?
Dean.
And I really want to speak to him too because I just want to get the. Let me know, what do you think, man? What do you think of this event? Because I talk it up so much. It's my favourite event
I'm
of the year.
I'm a proud Sydney-sider, so it brings me no joy to say this. Melbourne is the toy and collectible capital of Australia. I used to have, I love Collecticons, our toy fairs out in Penrith a while, but this has been a lot. Yeah, this has been awesome.
I was gonna, at the start of this video, I mentioned, I'm probably gonna call this video the biggest toy fair in Australia. Is it? It's pretty big, but if there's something bigger, I want to know because
we've got to get you to Penrith. We've got to get you to Sydney one at some point. But no, this is awesome. It's hard to tell because our big one is across multiple rooms.
Yeah, okay.
This is all in one big space.
Yeah.
This would be it'd be close.
Okay.
Might come down to a few tables, but this is more than enough to have an absolute blast of a day. So
Penrith, right?
Penrith, yeah, Penrith Collecticon.
I'll put that on my bucket list.
Get it on the list.
All right. Well, mate, if you guys aren't subscribed to this guy, amazing content. His link will be in the description below.
Appreciate that, mate. Good to meet you.
Thanks, Steve Scotty, man.
Awesome,
Appreciate it. Mate, so many interstate YouTubers today. Dean?
What's going on, guys? How are ya?
Good, man. What brings you to Melbourne? What enticed you to make the trip?
Look at this toy fair. Big toy fair. This toy fair has so much vintage. I think it has a little bit more vintage than we actually get up in Sydney, but it's huge. I love that it's air conditioned, indoors. Makes it so much
Have you
easier.
been to any Melbourne toy fairs? Have you been to Malvern or anything before? Like I know Scotty said he had.
My first toy fair for Melbourne. Been here now 3 days, toy hunting, been to Lobos.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, beautiful. beautiful. Are we going to see videos of that?
Hell yeah. Got
Excellent,
lots of videos. So probably drop a few in a couple of months, but yeah.
Nice. Well, make sure you guys sum him up. The link will be below. I just want to know, mate, what do you think of this toy fair?
Just mind-boggling, mind-boggling. So many tubs to dive through, so much vintage around. So yeah, I've got a backpack full. I'm very happy man.
I look forward to seeing your video, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Awesome.
So guys, if you like toy content and you don't know Dean and Scotty, please check out their channel. They make fantastic content, and unlike me, they actually know what they're talking about. They're both a wealth of knowledge, so do check them out. And then I ran into another interstate person who's a channel member, my buddy Van.
Hi guys, I'm here with Van, channel member. The main reason I want to get you, man, I just want to ask you, you're from Adelaide, you travel here all the time to go to these toy fairs. This is your first giant size toy fair.
Yep.
Let me know, mate, what's your thoughts?
First of all, it's like, what, 11 o'clock now, 12 o'clock? So the 10 o'clock crowd came in and it was just nuts.
Yes.
Like 9 is chill, but this is just crazy.
Yeah, right?
In a good way, yeah.
Yeah. But what do you think, man? I mean, you've been to anything like this before?
Yeah, Adelaide have a comics shop.
Yeah, look at this, representing the hometown. I love it.
Shout out to Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair. But yeah, theirs is probably as big as this.
Oh, really?
Not as frequent.
I'm going to get in
This is twice a year, right?
This is twice a year,
Yeah, so
yes.
Adelaide Comic and Toy Fair is twice a year.
I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to call this video the biggest toy fair in Australia. I reckon I'm going to get some hate in the comments. Oh, Adelaide's bigger. Oh, Penrith's bigger. But that's okay. I want you guys to tell me about this, and maybe I'll travel there one day.
Yeah, let me know as well so I can go.
All right.
there
Well,
as
if I go to Adelaide, man, we'll hook up,
That's right,
and
that's
you
right.
can show me around Adelaide.
I'll say it's got to be the biggest, but Adelaide's not too far behind.
All right.
In a good way.
Awesome. Thanks, man. What is that thing?
I don't know what sick multiverse that Batman figure came from, but I don't like it. Anyway, on with the show. Let's see what else is at the Giant Size Toy Fair. Now, these dolls look super vintage, but if a ghost ever wanted to possess a doll, I'm pretty sure those dolls are pretty good candidates. There's a bag full of Sonic figures, $70, that's pretty good. You got the whole gang there. Now, this table was really busy, so I didn't get a chance to ask, but I'm really curious what that aliens thing is there. I've never seen this before. I've actually got the Optimus there, but that's the Ghostbuster variant. That's random. So I just realized as I was narrating this, I brought in a can of Pepsi with me to help wet my throat. But I haven't had a sip of it yet, and now it's warm. Anyway, here's Tom and B from Issues, Comics and Culture. I love Tom and B. They're great people, and you can catch them regularly at the Camberwell markets every Sunday. They're there pretty much every Sunday. So if you're looking for new stuff to read, go visit Issues, Comics and Culture. And scan this QR code while you're there. Hear that? I just cracked a fresh can. This table here, I'm pretty sure belonged to a gentleman I had a bit of a chat with. This was his first time selling in, I think, 20 years, he said. And he watches the channel, so shout out to you, sir. He had this Slave Leia, which I was very tempted. I want a Black Series Slave Leia, but I'm holding out. I'm hoping they redo her one day. People don't think it will happen, but have faith, people. One day they'll do a new Slave Leia, and it's going to look awesome. It just won't be called Slave Leia. Now this table, look at it. It belongs to the legendary Phil from Out of Time Collectibles. I love being around this table. I was surrounded by people who probably don't go to these events a lot, and just listening to them talk about the stuff that was on Phil's table, it brings back so much nostalgia, and people get so excited seeing the stuff that he has. So always love going through that table. This is Bruce from Back Issues Comics. If you want big boy books, go see Bruce. That's why Dave from Still Only 35 Cents is there. And big shout out to Alistair and Drew here, who are part of the 501st. And little Alistair there, looking like a badass Darth Vader, wanted to come up and tell me that he's a fan of the channel. So big shout out to you guys. Appreciate you saying hi. Speaking of Star Wars, this table here was a Star Wars dream. Everything on this table, I believe, came from Galaxy's Edge. And you know, there's a lot of people who will never get to visit Galaxy's Edge in their lifetime, so it was cool to see these guys bringing Galaxy's Edge to us. Now, it wouldn't be a toy fair if there wasn't any vintage Star Wars, so here's a shot for the vintage Star Wars collectors, and it's Collect and Conquer. My buddy Nathan having a good time. He's always at these events, and he's always got heaps of stuff to go through on his table. Don't know where these dragon things came from, but they look pretty cool. And so was this shelf. Look at all the cool stuff on this shelf. Just a lot of it is a little bit out of my price range, unfortunately, but it's always fun to look at. Now, Miss K was in the house, which means she's bringing the Barbies for all the boys and girls. She's got awesome Barbie collection. Vintage, modern, you name it. She's got a Supergirl one that looks really cool. And when Miss K is around, you know my buddy Nicholas from the Warriors Down Under is right next to her. So I've always got to go say hi to Nicholas and just look at all his stuff and wish I had the money to afford it. I do have that Mezco tin there that I did buy off Nicholas a little while back. I think it was last year. And it was very cool to be able to see this awesome Ajax figure out on display there. And he also had these super rare Warriors figures, the Baseball Furies. He told me there was only 100 of these made, of these particular variants anyway. But yeah, one day, you know, a simple man can dream. But he also has other stuff like cool trading cards from Star Wars to anime to Pokemon. Nicholas has it all. Now this table belongs to Jack from Jack's Timeless Treasures. He had a really good day out. His table was looking emptier than I've ever seen it. And just a quick shout out to Aussie Comic Dude. It was really nice to meet Todd at the event. Super nice guy, so I want to include that photo because yeah, we had a really good chat. This table here had a ton of cool stuff and they didn't want to go home with any of it. They wanted you to make them an offer and they had some super cool stuff there. Look at that. What's that thing called? The Technodrome? I could be completely wrong there. And here's some more vintage. This table here belongs to my buddy Shane. I don't know if he's got a stall name. I need to ask him. But he always brings the good stuff. Oh, and how rude of me. We're over 20 minutes into this video and I haven't done a single panning shot. So this is for all you people who only tune in to see the panning shots. Now all these toys were making me hungry, so get ready for some top shelf food porn. That might have been my best food porn yet. Anyway, I dropped in to say hi to Manny, who was helping out the crew at Catchem Collectibles, who always have heaps of cool stuff, including this wicked looking Wolverine figure. And I barely got a chance to talk to my friend Tom from Mr. Anime, because everyone wants to talk to Mr. Anime. Hey, it's comic book community legend Billy G, the president of the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair. So you know, I've always got to give him a plug and show off some of his books. How cool are those Xenomorph plushies? That's right, I've got one of them and I bought it right here from the crew at V Supply Anime. I always love looking at their table because they always mix it up. Like, look at this Astro Boy. That thing is awesome. And I'm not even Astro Boy guy. I used to be when I was a kid. They got video games. They got vintage Star Wars. Now, this board game was on a table opposite them. I didn't know what it was, but I just wanted to get a shot of this art because that's an awesome box art there. And that table also had a lot of cool vintage figures. In fact, I might have purchased one from them. This table here belongs to Rod, that Aussie collector on Instagram. He has everything, including this Ghost figure. Ghost was a comic book series back in the day, and there was a lot of Adam Hughes covers from that series. And just in case you were having withdrawals, here's some more panning shots for you. Now, I'm terrible with names, but I'm pretty sure this dude's name's Mike, and I forgot to ask him if he'd come up with a store name yet. Now, speaking of vintage, do you guys know what this is? Actually, let me know in the comments if you don't know what that is. And here's the crew from Go Figure making their debut at the Giant Size Toy Fair, and Jeff was telling me he was having a great time. This table here belongs to, I believe his name's Jeffrey. I actually met him at the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair, and he has heaps of vintage stuff, and he actually has a pretty decent collection of VHS as well, including this classic right here, Demolition Man. He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. And big shout out to Tommy here from DTE Collectibles, always got to shout them out. Now don't be fooled, they don't just sell pops, they also do action figures and other things too, so hit them up if you need to. Now, after many hours, we finally made it to the final table, which happened to be Charlie from Bulldog Comics. So we thought we'd check in with Charlie.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock exactly, mate. It's been
I've been here since 9 o'clock, and I've just gone to the last table at the event, which is Charlie from Bulldog Comics.
Hey guys.
Mate, you are the last. Oh, it depends where you go. If you turn right, then people are going to come see you. But I turn left when I come through the door.
It's the 80-20 I say. I say to people, I do surveys. I say, which way do you turn, left or right?
I do that in my videos,
80%'s left, 20%'s right.
There you go.
Come down to the dark side first. Empty your wallets here first before you go to the light side.
Well, what I like to say is there's also a saying, save the best till last. And
Correct.
Charlie was the last table on this today's toy crawl. So.
And it's always a pleasure seeing this great man. And it's been a fabulous day.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, it's been a
I'm always
fabulous day.
when Charlie has a good day, I've had a good day. We've all had a good day.
No, it must be a good day if I have a good day because I'm at the dark side.
Now, it was a long and exhausting day, but I'm looking at how long this video's gone for so far, and this must be a long and exhausting video as well. So if you're still watching this video, I really do appreciate you, but there's still at least another 15 minutes of me crapping on about how good the event was, but also showing you guys what Sarah and I picked up for the day. So stick around. All right, what a massive day. Sarah and I got in at about 20 past 9, and we didn't finish our first lap until about 2 p.m, just after 2 p.m. I think it was. So, you know, we know so many people now in the community. So firstly, just a big shout out to so many new people who came up and said hi to me today. It was amazing. I'm really starting to feel the impact, I guess, that my videos are having on the local community, which is awesome. So I can't thank you guys enough. I always appreciate it if you do come up and actually say, you know, hi, that you enjoy the videos, because that makes me see that my videos, you know, are getting out there and people are appreciating them. And if, you know, like I said, I've never had so many people. Like, I'm getting more and more, but today was overwhelming with the amount of people that came up and you know, showed their appreciation to the channel. So yeah, big shout out to all you guys. Big shout out to all the vendors that we've become friends with, and I think I've met a few today as well. Again, a lot of them mentioned they watched the videos, so a big shout out to everyone who I got a chance to chat to today. If you do enjoy my channel, I will leave a link to my YouTuber friends who made an appearance in today's videos in the description, so do check out their channels. Scotty Crusher from Sydney and Dean as well from Totally Taylor Retro Hunters. I always struggle to say his channel name, but both those guys have amazing channels. They're mainly vintage collectors, but definitely if you're into the toy scene, definitely worth checking out those guys. And they came all the way from Sydney today. And also my mate Dave from Still Only 35 Cents, the local boy, he also picked up a $500 vintage figure today and more. So check out Still Only 35 Cents as well, because I'm sure he'll be showing his stuff on his channel. Shout out to all my channel members I got to chat to today, Michael, Jerome, Van, all my friends as well who came today. So today I brought my backpack, and inside my backpack I brought my Go Figure tote bag. If you guys haven't been to Go Figure, it's worth dropping in, buying something just so you can get this tote bag, because it's huge and it is filled with stuff. So there's still plenty of video to come. Myself, I picked up some vintage toys, some modern toys as well, and there's a bunch of stuff that Sarah picked up too. So Sarah throughout the day was mostly looking at Pokemon cards, and she did pick up quite a few Pokemon cards. I'm not going to show them all individually like I normally do, just because I don't know what I'm showing, but I will get a shot of all the cards that Sarah picked up today. Big shout out to all the stores that she picked up cards from. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, unfortunately, but thank you. So yeah, she picked up a bunch of Pokemon cards, and I also had so many gifts from people today too. So I'll show you what we've got. We'll start off with some Sarah stuff. So this was a gift from our friends at V Supply Anime. So it looks like it's a little mystery Sanrio, or is it a mystery? There's Kuromi on the front. So maybe it's just Kuromi in there. But yes, that was a gift for Sarah, so that was very nice of them. I think that's really it for Sarah, actually, the Pokemon cards and the gift from V Supply. So yeah, thank you guys, very kind of you. I'll stick with V Supply. V Supply Anime, they usually go to the big cons like Comic-Con, Supernova, you know, and the anime ones and Amaga. But they had these, which is actually more of a Sarah thing, but I actually bought these. I actually bought one for me, one for Sarah. They are Sanrio Rock Mono, they call them. So these are like little mystery packs, but they're little guitars, and they're little mystery guitars with little Sanrio characters and stuff on them. And I know that's more of a Sarah thing, but the reason I wanted one as well is because I want one for my action figures. So I wanted a small guitar, and I think this looks like it'd be the perfect size for like a 6-inch action figure. So I bought 2 of those. I won't open them now just to not make this video too long. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gifts that I got today. So unbelievable today. First, Jamie from Eclectables. He sells all kinds of things, as the name suggests, Eclectables. He did reach out to me and told me that he had something for me, and he has a lot of these movie cups, you know, that you get when movies come out, and he actually got me the Alien versus Predator cup, which is cool, because he was saying, is this movie any good? Like, would you want this? And I was like, the movie sucks, but the cup is cool, all right? Collectibles. There will be a link to everyone in the description below. Everyone I know anyway that I have their details for will be there. Check out Collectibles. Jamie has a shop. I did a video there. He doesn't open to the public every day or even every week, just every now and then. On a Saturday, he'll open up his shop, and he sells all kinds of things, including this stuff, cards, and things like that. So yeah, big shout out, Jamie. Thank you so much for that. And then this next one was a really, really nice surprise. I was not expecting this at all. So this was from Rick and Shirlene's store. I've only ever really noticed Shirlene, actually. Rick's never at the table when I've gone past their table. They're often at the Reservoir shows or at the Malvern shows. But yeah, when we went past today, Rick finally was like, oh man, it's really nice to meet you. I have something for you. Here's their cards. They do a lot of action figures from vintage to modern, G.I. Joe stuff and things like that. So they've got a really good range of figures and stuff that I'm into. And he shocked me because he goes, I've got a gift for you. And it was the first time I met the guy. I've met his wife a few times though. And he got me these awesome NECA figures, man. Like, this is sick. He got me this Xenomorph there. That's super cool. That's definitely different than the one I've got too. So that's super cool. And he also got me this Predator, which I actually was looking at this Predator a little while back and actually thinking about getting it because I think this is cool. This is a NECA, oh man, it's huge. Another NECA Predator, and it's done in the kind of the, you know, the heat vision sort of style. So yeah, that was very, very kind of Rick, and I'm super stoked to have those. I'm running out of room in my Alien Predator cabinet there. In fact, it's mostly Aliens. I've only got one little spot for Predator, but it's pretty much full. But yeah, thank you so much, Rick. That's very kind of you. So big shout out to you guys, appreciate that. And then the last gift I got was from Shane. I forgot to ask Shane, I don't know if he's got a name for his store. I think in my video where it was the Malvern Toy Fair he was at, I didn't even notice this on his table. I noticed it when I was editing the video. I was like, oh, I may have bought that. And I said that in the video, he goes, hey man, this is for you. And this is the vintage Commando figure. It looks kind of ridiculous, doesn't it? Like, his pants are really big. This, he said, is not a genuine accessory, which is good. At least he told me that. If you guys saw my video recently where I went to Tyab, I picked up the Rambo Colico vintage figure. I bought it just for the accessories because I already had that figure. I found out from someone in the comments that those weren't the correct accessories, and I looked into it and it absolutely wasn't. So I bought that Rambo figure for the accessories, and the accessories weren't even proper. So I was a little bit pissed at that, but at least Shane told me that's not the proper bag. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the proper pants that he came with at least. So that's another figure to add to my vintage shelf there, which is starting to, you know, starting to pick up some steam. We'll keep with the vintage. So this is what I actually bought today. I didn't really spend that much today. I mean, I've bought 4 things here, plus I got these gifts. So I got a couple of Predator figures. This one here, I didn't catch the gentleman's name or anything. I literally was waiting for Sarah to look through a tub and I just turned around and saw this. 10 bucks for this one, which is good. And I'm not sure, but the material almost looks like it will glow in the dark. I'm not too sure. And then the next one is another figure from the same line, the Predator Kenner series. And I bought this from a gentleman named Mark. I asked him what his store name was and he said, I don't really have one. He's also gonna be at the Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair and he said they required him to have a name. So he called his store Awesome Old Stuff. Awesome Old Stuff, and that's what he has. If you guys remember, I picked up that Vasquez vintage figure, which is a super rare Aliens Kenner figure. I bought that off him. I think it was at the last giant size, and that was one of my best pickups of last year. And he has really, really good prices. Oh, that's right. I do have something else to show you. So I picked up 2 things from him. Firstly, I picked up this. So now this figure, again, I don't know the name of the Predator, who's got some kind of twist action, but this, he said, was the Canadian variant, which has got a different paint job. So the regular release actually had, he was gold mostly. Oh, this is like his helmet. There you go. That's how it looks. Look at that. The regular version was gold. This is the Canadian variant, so it actually had a different paint job, and I thought that was pretty cool. And this was $20. So again, that's about what I want to pay for these vintage Kenner figures, 20 bucks, and the other one was 10, so that was a steal. Anything more than that, I'm always like, oh, like, I don't need it that bad. I've got most of the ones I really like anyway. So the other thing I bought from Mark might have been one of my favorite purchases today. So something I've been trying to collect. You guys know I'm obviously collecting the vintage Alien Kenner figures. When those things came out new and when they're in box, they actually come with a little rolled up comic book. It's like a tiny little square comic book like this. I decided that I want to collect those, right? And they're hard to find. And when you look them up on eBay, people will try to sell one for $150, which is ridiculous, right? No one's buying that for $150. I've been mainly trying to buy them in a lot. So I think there was a guy selling like 6 of them for like 70 bucks, but I missed out on that one. I recently lost an auction where a guy was selling 10 of them and they ended up going for about 70 bucks, $70, $80 as well. And I got sniped on that one. I was really upset because I really, really wanted them. I mentioned that to Mark while after I bought my Predator figure. I was like, I'm actually after those Alien comic books because I knew he'd know what I was talking about. And he goes, oh, let me have a look. So he pulls out this bag. He's got 5 of them in here. Yeah, because he's like, which ones are you after? I'm not after any particular ones. I really want Ripley, which is this one here. So he had Ripley. I really want Ripley and Hicks. So he didn't have Hicks in here, but he had Ripley in there. You got Bishop here. The Scorpion Alien. Hopefully this lighting's working for you guys. You got the Gorilla Alien there as well. Very cool. Yeah, and these are super cool. And then what's the last one? The Bull Alien. So I've actually got all those figures. I don't have Bishop actually, but I got all the Alien Xenomorph figures there. So he had 5 of them there, and I was like, yeah, I want these. How much are they? And he goes, 15 bucks. And I was like, $15 each, yeah? And he was like, no, 15 for the lot. I was like, oh, yes, please. So now I've got 5 of these for 15 bucks. I was very happy to get that. So yeah, big shout out to Mark and his awesome old stuff. Love it. All right, the last 2 things are more modern. This is to add to my Marvel Legends collection. This is a figure that I've been wanting for a while. It's an older figure, so it is hard to get now, but they recently did a re-release, but the re-release is impossible to find. I actually haven't seen anywhere that had it, except for Pop Culture. Pop Culture randomly has it, but I paid $65 for this, which by the time you add postage to Pop Culture's price, it's about the same. This is Magic from the X-Men Marvel Legends. So yeah, this is a figure I've wanted for a while, and yeah, the aftermarket prices on the old version. I don't know if this is the older version or the reissue, but I don't even know if the reissue really came out, because I tried to get it through Andrew at Pop Toys, and he was like, I haven't seen any word on this, but I did see it posted on Hasbro's Instagram page. So yeah, I don't even know that much about Magic. I watched the movie New Mutants, but I just love the aesthetic and the way her character design is. So yeah, that's gonna look cool on the shelf for the rest of my Marvel Legends. She could hang out with my X-Men, right? And then the last thing I picked up was from Nicholas from the Warriors Down Under. This is another thing that I've been wanting for a while, just because obviously I collect Warriors. You guys have seen my collection on my shelf, and I don't like, you know me, I'm a tight ass. I don't like paying too much for things. So when I can get Warriors stuff that's affordable, you know, then I'll get it. Like the action figures I bought off him were $400, but that was for 4 figures. That was a pretty good deal. Obviously my comic books, I've spent a couple $100s on some of those before, but this is the Warriors board game. Never has it been more fitting for the Warriors to come out and play. Yeah, this has been out for a while, and when it was new, you could buy it from shops. I thought it was about $40 from shops. He had it for $35, so I was happy with that. And obviously, I am happy for Nicholas to take some of my money, because obviously he sells cool stuff, and I want to support his business, which is the Warriors Down Under. I'm out of room on my shelf there. I think the Warriors is going to get expanded onto 2 shelves, which means I've got a whole shelf of stuff that needs to find a new home. But yeah, picked up the Warriors board game as well. Not that I'll ever play this. I literally bought this just as a collector's item, but I mean, the art is pretty cool on the box. Look at the bottom there. That looks awesome. So yeah, I was really happy with today. Obviously, you know, I go to these things to make the videos and obviously just see if there's stuff that I want to add to my collection as well. But the fact that I got gifts from people, found a bunch of cool stuff that I wanted, and just met so many great people today. Like just people, like at least 3 or 4 people were like, my kid thinks you're a celebrity and watches your videos. The little Darth Vader kid, Alistair, I think his name was, they were part of the 501st Star Wars cosplay group. You know, he wanted to say hi because he watches the videos. Yeah, it's amazing. So I had a really good day. And again, I always like to share the love. So I met so many people today that obviously told me that they went to a shop because they saw my video, or they went to this event because they saw my video. And that's what's really making me happy, and that I can help others through these videos to find, whether it's someone who wants to, you know, find new places to hunt, or whether it's a business that needs more people to come visit their business. So that's awesome. That makes me really happy. So I had an amazing day. It was very tiring. Normally I would have gone, you know, for a 2nd or even 3rd lap, but the fact that it took 5 hours to get to the place just once, Sarah was done. So I was like, that's fair enough. My shoulder's hurting from carrying this big ass bag around. So yeah, we call it a day. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're newer to the channel and you want to see more content like this, I always leave a link to a playlist in the description below of all my vlogs, of all the different places and events that I've gone to, shops. And again, if you want more YouTube content, check out Scotty Crusher, Totally Taylor Retro Hunters, I think I got it right, and then Still Only 35 Cents. Their channel links will be in the description. All the stores that I highlighted today, all their links will be in the description below as well. Follow the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair on Instagram if you want to stay up to date with all their events. The next event that they'll be holding is the Malvern Vintage and Modern Toy Fair, which will be April 6th. So that's their next event. So the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair is their smaller event. It has a lot of history. It's been around for decades. That'll be the next one. That's obviously just a smaller version of this, but is still very great and worth going to. So put that in your calendars. The next big event is going to be March 9th, Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair at their new venue in Thornbury. So that's, again, if you missed out on this and you want another event to go to, March 9th, Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair, that's the one to make it to. So yeah, anyway, hopefully this video hasn't gone for too long. If you've stuck around to the end, I appreciate you. Let me know what you thought of the video, and until next time, I'm Simple Simon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.